students, index number, and I am here with a new lecture. In the last few lectures we learned about price relatives or price index number of the items and general index number. In all cases we first calculated price relatives and then general index number as the percentage of the average of all the price relatives. The general index number is actually the overall index number of the entire group of items. Now you must have observed that we just calculated the general index number as a simple average. Summation of all price relatives divided by number of items into 100. Okay, that was simple average. Technically, what is simple average? Because there are two types of averages or means, mainly apart from harmonic and geometric mean, simple mean and weighted mean. The mean of frequency distribution is also ultimately a weighted mean where frequencies are taken as weight. Simple mean is also technically a weighted mean, but in case of simple mean, we consider all the items equally important. That means the importance of all the items is in the ratio of 1:1:1:1 n times, because there are n items. So instead of multiplying each and every value while calculating the simple average by 1 and then dividing by n, we simply divide the total by n. Technically all the items are multiplied by 1, all n items rather, and then it is divided by n. It is similar. So technically, just to smoothen the process of calculating simple average, we never multiply it by 1, the weight of the value. The weighted average or weighted mean, where we specifically consider about the practical importance of all the items, and we believe that all the items are not equally important, as that was the case in simple average or simple mean. So if all the items are not equally important and we know this fact, we ought to consider the importance or relative importance while calculating the average, and that is the base of the concept of weighted average or weighted mean. In case of index number also, it is not necessary every time that all the items are having equal importance. If all the items are not equally important, then what to do? The only way is to calculate the weighted index number. The difference between simple index number and weighted index number is just as similar as the difference between simple mean and weighted mean. In case of simple weighted index number, we have to consider the weights or relative weights of all the items. Yes. So instead of simple average, the general index number is calculated as a weighted index number. That is the first thing. So the formula is also logically different. In case of general index number, the formula was sigma P1 upon PO divided by n number of items into 100. Yes. In this case, instead of price relatives, we are going to consider percentage price relatives or price index numbers. Yes. And these price index numbers, what is the difference between price relative and price index number? In case of price relative, we divide the price of current year by price of base year. But in case of price index number, we multiply it by 100 and get it in the form of percentage. Now, if we multiply percentage price relative or price index number by the relative weight and then divide the total of the weighted values by the total of weight, then it will be the weighted average or weighted index number. So the method is exactly the same as in case of weighted mean, but the price relatives are usually taken as percentage. Relative importance of the items in the form of ratio or percentage or quantity or number of varieties of an item or total expenditure in the base year or current year, etc. are popular types of weights taken to construct different types of index numbers. Yes, in real life, these are the types of weights. To learn the case simply, here I have chosen an example where the weights are readily available. The total of the weight comes to 100, that's why we can believe that these are the percentages. Percentages of what? That we don't know, even I don't know, because I have taken the example readily from a reference book. Then, first of all, let's learn how to calculate the weighted index number, and then we shall move forward to the higher level index numbers, which some of which I call branded index numbers, because they are known by their say authors or statisticians or mathematicians name. Yes, and we know that Professor Irving Fisher is the most important contributor in case of index number, father of index number. Yes, including Fisher's index numbers, we are going to learn so many other types of index numbers as well as cost of living index, etc. All are weighted index numbers. So now our track is on weighted discussion and learning various types of weighted index numbers. This is the starting point. So you can say that this is part 2 of the chapter index number, the more important part as far as examinations are concerned, or say real life utility of the index number is concerned. Here in this example there are 6 items A, B, C, D, E, F. Yes, relative weights are respectively 5, 10, 10, 30, 20 and 25, and percentage price relatives, that means item wise price index numbers are readily available. We just need to multiply these two. Yes, if we multiply I and W, the result will be IW. 290 into 5, that is something like 290 into 10 by 2. So it comes to 2900 by 2, 1450. These are my tiny tips to make the calculations easier without using calculator. 315 into 10 means just add a 0. 3150. Similarly here also 2800. Now 300 into 30. First of all 300 into 3, that will be 900, and then into 10, that is 9000. 315 into 20. First 315 into 10, 3150, and then into 2, 6300. 320 into 25. Okay, there are so many ways. First way is multiply this by 100, that will become 38,000, and then divide it by 4, because 25 is 100 by 4. So multiply it by 100, 32,000 divided by 4, 8,000. In this way you can make calculations very easily and in fast pace, so that you can you need not to use the calculator during your examination. And yes, for use of calculator, I have one more suggestion for you. If you write with your right hand, try to use the calculator with your left hand, so that both the process can be continued simultaneously. Just it is a matter of practice, because when I was a student, I tried and I became habitual to do so. So you can also do this, or you write with your left hand, then you can use your calculator with right hand. Make yourself able to do these types of multitasking. That will save your time, and saving the time in an examination is getting an extra time. Yes, that is equivalent. Okay, now summation of all these comes to 4,600, 8,600, 7,400, 14,600, 22,700 and 30,700. This 30,700 is called sigma IW. Summation of weighted values of price index numbers of the items. But you or me need not to say this long thing. Yes, 45, 75, 85, 95, 100. Yes, this seems to be some percentage, but don't bother about that. Just get the summation of weights. So now we can calculate weighted index number equals to sigma IW upon sigma W. Yes, on the basis of this formula, I want to share a very small experience of mine. I was checking university papers before few years. This happened before 4 or 5 years or maybe 6 years. Yes, one student had written formula like this, and he cancelled this, and then he or she got confused what to do next. This shows the lack of practice. Yes. Okay, sigma IW. In real life also these kind of jokes continue to happen. 30,700 divided by 100. So it comes to 307. The weighted general index number of this particular group is 307. So we can say that 307 minus 100, 207. So we can say that as compared to the base year, in current year, the overall price is increased by 207%. If we take that they were 100 in the base year, they are now 307. So increase of 207%. General price rise of 207% as compared to the base year in the current year. This can be the interpretation of this index number or any general index number. Yes, I hope you now know something more about weighted index number. And don't forget to like this lecture, all other lectures. Do subscribe my channel, and don't forget to recommend my lectures, my videos and my channel to other students, your juniors and your friends, all people you know about, not only students but their parents also, because so many chapters are there which are useful to grade 11 and grade 12 students. So you please also recommend my channel to the parents of these students of rather your juniors or students of grade 11, 12 and newly collegians. Yes, thank you very much. Take care. God bless you.